Okay, so it's another fascinating look into the life and loves of classic cars. So today I removed the old I almost said radiator muffler. You can see it has a big gaping hole in it and kind of rusty. This is the tailpipe. This for now I'm going to reuse because new exhaust systems cost about 500 bucks, believe it or not, unless I can find somebody to bend the tubes. But these are actually not in bad shape. I'm going to wind up cutting this and just put a joiner here for the time being. This is going to have to last. Let's see what I got going on here with the car. I got it jacked up. So I went out and purchased one of these Harbor Freight angle grinders, which I'll be using not only for this exhaust system, but also to do my friend the gaping hole in the bottom of the car. All right, what do we got here? So basically, issue, let me get a light on in here. Okay, much better with a light. Okay, so there's where the tailpipe was. Believe it or not, the most of the clamps came off for the hanger. Where is it? Right there, which looks a little suspicious. So I probably replaced that hanger. And the tailpipe is a little weird. I'm not sure what was going on here, but somewhere along the way they have, can you see it here? They have a hanger right there, and that is attached to one of the bolts that holds the seat in, which I know is not stock. So they probably had this bent or done in a radiator, or I keep saying radiator, a muffler shop that didn't really know what they were doing or didn't bend the pipe the proper way. But what I'm going to have to wind up doing is getting this pipe over a little bit more into this cavity where the muffler sits. Problem being is that, and you can see on the drive shaft, it's actually so far over that it's rubbing on the drive shaft as the car's turning. So I suspect that this should be somewhere around here. So I'm probably going to wind up having to cut this and getting some sort of adapter or something that will bring this in. I don't know, I'm off of my degrees. What's that, 90 degrees? Something like a 45 or a 30 degree angle. Because I suspect that this thing should be closer to about here, and which would negate the need for having that thing on the seat. So I don't know, we'll monkey around with this, we'll get something going. This isn't rust, by the way. This is just old undercoating. It's chipping off. Didn't really need to have it on there. Okay, that's it. I am leaving for the night. Just a quick little thing so I can figure out how what I needed to fix this tailpipe or the exhaust system. Because right now I don't want to put any more money into this type of thing. The pipe seems pretty sturdy, and I just need to get the exhaust going out of the car instead of underneath the car. And if we can handle it somewhere down the road and put a brand new exhaust system on it. But for now, that's what we're doing. Okay, thanks for joining me. Blinding light. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Turn that light off. I need my sunglasses. I'm not cut out for fame and fortune, or at least fortune. Hi guys, and welcome to Jay's Garage. It's actually not even my garage. Just a interesting little story here. Not really that interesting, but let me catch you up on what I'm planning to do. So I bought one of these Cherry Bomb turbo mufflers. I know, it's a 6-cylinder, but it was cheap, and it was the one that was on the shelf, and I didn't feel like waiting to order stuff. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but anyway, it doesn't matter because it doesn't really fit. there seems to be, when I bought those two to try to get the angle correct, as I was showing you just the other day, but gets a little difficult trying to figure out the size of these pipes. So I did cut off a section of the front, what they call, I guess, the intermediate pipe that goes to the top front of the muffler, and then I have, of course, the part that goes over the axle, the tailpipe section. And I'm going to try to measure these properly, so I can either buy the right adapters, or I can buy the right muffler. But anyway, I think you all kind of remember, if you've watched some of the videos, that I had sort of a tire dilemma. All the tires are crap anyway. But what happened is there were two 13-inch tires, which are the standard tires for these for the Dodge Dart 66. But the car also came with one rally style wheel, which I didn't think came out until like into the 1970s, 70 something. The spare was another, you can barely see it under there, the spare was another 14-inch rim, and the one on this side, which is flat, is another 14-inch tire, and this side is a 13-inch. However, the car's hubcaps for here are 13-inch. So the dilemma is, what do I do? Do I make it stock, put the stock type hubcaps on 13-inch wheels? Yes, that's probably a good idea, but finding 13-inch wheels is not an easy proposition. Even finding 14-inch wheels is not an easy proposition. And to purchase new rally wheels, which look really cool on the car, I must admit, maybe I'll do that someday, that's another expenditure. If you can find them, they're very difficult to find, but brand new, they're $127, $130, and that doesn't count the center cap and the trim ring. So, you know, we're in a lot of money just to get wheels on this car. But the magic of forums, I found what I had planned to do was find 13-inch hubs or wheels, and then put those on the back, and then buy new tires all the way around. Again, not a cheap not a cheap outlay, because, you know, the tires are, and another thing, 13-inch tires are really difficult to find too. If you can find them, they're usually for a trailer. But the cheapest I found them were like $50, $60 for actually auto tires. So, you know, 60 times 4, it's another $240 just for tires. But as I was alluding to, the magic of forums, I went on the forums and said, hey, does anybody have two 13-inch wheels? Because that's what I want to use. And the guy said, I have 4 of them, and they have tires on them. Oh, and I'm like, okay, well, sure. What condition are the tires in? He's like, well, I don't know. They have tread on them. And I'm like, okay, well, how much? And he's like, $20 a tire. I'm like, $20 the wheel and the tire? And he's like, yeah, so $80 for 4 tires. So I'm like, even if the tread is like really, thin, I'll put them on the car. At least it rolls in and out, and maybe they'll last a while until I can get some money up and buy some new tires. Now here I go and pick up these things, and to be honest with you, they're in pretty good shape. I think they are snow tires, but I don't really care. I mean, they got a good, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch of tread on them. And he said that he didn't really use them. He bought them for a roller car that he had, a parts car, so he could roll it in and out of his driveway. So I don't really know what the shape of these tires are. I know they're holding air. I know they're a modern tire because they're a 185 60, or I'm sorry, 185 80 R13. And they're radials. They've got wheels. They got hubcaps. So what a bargain! $80 for 4 tires for this jalopy, and at least I'll have something on here. So next couple of days, you probably can't see this, but I'm going to be working on trying to get an exhaust system on this puppy, and that's it. Well, thanks for visiting the garage, and we'll see you next time. I need a cool theme song. It's gonna look bad with hubcaps on it. Bad as in bad or bad as in cool? I don't know. We'll find out. See ya. Okay, a variety of clamps here. Alright, so I know this is somewhat of a rig up job. Or what else do they call it? Jury rigged. Anyway, so I wound up using one of these coupler pipes that have a little bit more flexibility. That way it won't be rubbing, the tailpipe won't be rubbing anymore on the drive shaft. And like I said before, this is temporary. I got a cheap muffler, a couple extension tubes, because this is a 2-inch inlet, 2-inch outlet up there. The hanger seems to be working pretty well. So this looks a little better than what it did before. So I got some clamps to put on here, which I'll take care of. And I'll check back later on. We'll see how much this leaks. All right, see ya. So here is how the tires look. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Here's a shot of the passenger side. I think it looks pretty good. I like the white walls. Be another picture here of the driver's side. It's lovely faded and scratched paint. And one more of the driver's side pointing in a different direction. Okay, so this is how the muffler sounds like. No tailpipe yet. Let's hear how it sounds. And if you could get, like, after I back up, if you can get to the sidewalk and take it from there.
Okay.
All right, so hey, I got the COVID shot, #1. You don't have to wear these masks anymore. Anyway, so I told you about the tires. There's the old white wall tires and hubcaps, 13-inch wheels. Got them on all 4 sides. I love the white walls. Adds just the perfect ambiance to the car. Is that the right word? Whatever. anyway, ran this thing up and down the street a number of times around the block, and it really performs pretty good. Got some pep when you trounce on the pedal. Maybe a little bit. We'll take another little jaunt so you can get the idea. But yeah, this thing's starting to come together. Now we can start taking care of some of the body issues, since it seems like the engine and the transmission and all that stuff seems to work. Then, you know, take care of our whole, you know. But yeah, out of the garage. Booga booga.